I think, first thing we have to say sorry and apologize fans tonight how we looked. I think the first time this season we were not competitive and we couldn't find really the solutions. They packed the paint, they forced us to take shots outside. It wasn't our night. We didn't find our shots. We couldn't make shots, and then we let it affect also in the defensive end, and it got ugly. But there is no time to cry, no time to celebrate. We play less than 48 hours. We leave tomorrow morning, and then it's 2:30 game in Illawarra, and we need to regroup, find the confidence to shoot the ball, and when you are open, and that's it. But we can't let, if we can't make shots, we can't let it affect in the defensive end. Then we need to play with more pride, get stops, get to the open court, find the confidence from there, from easy baskets. But today we couldn't do. We got murdered in the rebounds underneath the baskets, and they had a game plan. They forced us, shoot the shots outside, and it wasn't our day. But like I said, we have to forget this and move forward and be ready in next game soon.
You gave some of the development players a run tonight late in the game. Obviously, this is to help build depth and experience moving forward. What did you think of their impact on the little minutes they spent out there?
I think our starting unit wasn't that good tonight, and like I said, we play so fast. So at that point when the game was over, it was also time to rotate and give some other guys opportunities and play there. The DPs who we have, they've always been practicing well, and in these kind of games you have to give them the opportunities. And also overall our bench guys, I think they played with effort, they competed, but yeah, it's tough and frustrating. Obviously, the guys also in the locker room, you can feel how frustrated and disappointed they were. But like I said, wasn't our day, and now we need to move forward and regroup and come out with different energy and confidence on Sunday.
Fun.
The obvious one is the second quarter. What were the glaringly obvious sort of situations that came to you, only scoring 4 points and then scoring 27?
Well, like I said, we couldn't score tonight, and they sit in the gaps. Every time Parker tried to drive to the basket, they were sitting there. They forced us the kick outs, and we got a lot of open shots. But like I said, it wasn't our shooting day. And then team like Sydney, they punish you every time. They get the rebound, they run, and we were not in our transition defense, against the fastest team in the league, with the pace how they play, and we couldn't stop with the closeouts. They found solutions too easily. They shot over us or went through us inside, and it was like a snowball. It just got bigger, and we couldn't find solutions.
What type of conversations do you have with the team at halftime after a second quarter like that?
I think the main topic was just go second half and show how much better we are and compete, to show some pride defensively, and try to take the confidence out of there. And like I said, get to the open court, find some easy baskets so you get some kind of groove going into the game. But Sydney is a great defensive team, and they showed tonight why. And we couldn't find anything easy, and they forced us to take a lot of outside shots. And like I said, we couldn't hit those tonight. But it's basketball. Sometimes it's not your day. You go to the gym, you shoot more, you build the confidence from there.
Do you think the team stuck together well despite the rough start, I guess, going into the second half? Do you think they still had cohesion going into that third quarter?
I think there were some moments like what I didn't like today, and how we responded, and how we didn't stick together in some moments. And we have to understand, the basketball is a game of mistakes. Everybody gonna do mistakes, but can we stick together? And like I said, defensively, everybody can give much more. And offensively, you need talent. The shots sometimes don't go your way. You don't find, you can make shots, but defensively, when you play with energy, with the pride, I think everybody can, do that. But like I said, our offense led also, our offense affected also our defense tonight.
Parker seems to have been struggling from the field a little bit in recent games. Do you think the rest of the league is finally maybe starting to figure out what type of game plan he has?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he sees a lot of bodies in front of him, and we as a coaching staff, we try to, create a situation where he can get downhill, his game, what is his game, but, then also tonight they came from the strong side, they blocked the gaps, and they forced him to pass the ball outside. There was nothing easy for him, and he's the great open court player, and it's hard when you have to take the ball out of the net every time, and also us as a team, if he can get to the open court, it's tough for us sometimes in the half court, and but like I told guys, you keep playing the right way, you're passing the ball when somebody's open, and you have to be ready to take that shot if you're open.
One player that stood out to me during this game was Kareem Lopez. I thought he played with 100% effort every time he was on the floor. For a young 18-year-old that is trying to make it to the NBA, are you proud of keeping his head high during a game like this despite the scoreline?
Yeah, I mean, Kareem, I think in these 2 years, what he has been with us, he has shown what he can do, which kind of talent, and that's why he's gonna go to the NBA, and he can do multiple things. But he kept competing. He was trying all game on. Sometimes the things don't go your way, but the effort. We talk about the effort, the energy. Those are the things that you can always control, and I think Kareem did that, and yeah, but he's been really good all season.
Like you said, less than 48 hours until you play the Hawks on Sunday. How do you bounce back from a game like this?
I think tomorrow when we travel, we meet at the airport, then we travel. We have a quick chat with the team. We start, scout also Illawarra and prepare for the game. But first, I think it's, like I said to the guys, these are the games you have to forget, but you have to learn from these and just get better. And we know Illawarra is much better now with Sam Frolin back and how they are playing. It's gonna be a different kind of challenge than Sydney is, but there's no way not to cry too much. We need to forget this, regroup, and compete as a unit.
Thank you, Cop. All the best.
Thank you.
Hey, Cop, on December 3, after the fever break, I think it was, you guys beat the Kings 95-90 on your home court as well. Can you find it hard to believe that you're in this position?
Well, I mean, it's a game of basketball. They had a clear game plan, what worked for them, and they are one of the best teams in the league who protects the paint, and they force us to take shots, and we had many good looks, but like I said, it didn't go our way, and then we let it affect how we did things defensively, and we couldn't get stops, we couldn't get to the open court, and that's it. And they're a great defensive team. That's why they've been playing really good basketball lately. And yeah, they were just better than us tonight.
Any more questions, guys?
Just at one stage, Cop, in one of the timeouts, you asked the boys to pay attention. I think it was in the third. Is there a bit of issues between the communication, I suppose, and just maybe an attitude issue as well?
I don't think so. I think the guys, there is always the players can pay attention to the details more and be more focused, and this is something we also talk a lot during the practices, how focused you are, and it starts there. But in the game like this, when you get blown out, you can get into your own feelings and start to feel sorry for yourself, and in these bad moments or moments like these, how you respond, your true character shows up. But like I said, there were some moments tonight what I didn't like, and everybody had kind of too many thoughts in their head, and instead of competing and focusing on the right things, what impacts winning, and they were just feeling sorry in few moments. But like I said, no time to cry. We need to regroup, find a totally different energy, and go to compete in Illawarra.
Thanks, Kobe.
Thank you.